the essential presentation skills, right? We moved away from it when we said unhurried pacing and duck or swan, and we started talking about the Christmas tree technique. There were two other points there. What were the 2 points, if you remember? Yeah. That everybody seems to remember somehow. Be your natural self.
It's not about you.
Yes. Okay, quickly. What does this mean? It is not about you. We should not talk about ourselves or boast about ourselves, okay? But we can. We should not talk about ourselves, but we can do anything on the phone. Yes! What is the meaning of it's not about you? Manu, what's the meaning of it's not about you?
You are not presenting yourself.
Yes, it is not about you. Yeah? Think. What
It's
does
about
this
the
mean?
idea.
It's about the idea. So there's a literal interpretation of this, and there's a metaphorical interpretation. So clearly, it's not about you means it's about the idea, it's about the problem representing, etc. What it means in spirit or in the context of what we are saying is that there is nothing personal in anything. I'll give a few examples. How many times in a presentation, a discussion, in a meeting, we make a point simply because, or in the language that now we understand, we play the devil's advocate, like you were saying in the morning meeting, for the sake of playing the devil's advocate. What is the meaning of this? Playing the devil's advocate for the sake of playing the devil's advocate. What is the meaning of this?
Consciously playing the devil's advocate.
Yeah. To do what?
To engage, to get the other side of you from
Okay.
the contradictory.
That's when you're doing it as a presenter. But as an audience, you simply want to throw in and you may not even believe in it, but it's an opposite point of view. And you want to throw that in. Why do you want to do that?
To have fun.
You want to have fun.
Distracting.
To impress the other fellow unnecessarily.
Distracting.
To distract him, to derail him. This is when you make it about you. So 2 things. Most things that we understand are personal are actually not personal. I think how that works. That's one. Second, the few things that are perhaps personal, you are much better off not taking them personal. Most things that we think of as personal are actually not personal. And the few things that are or can be taken as personal, you are much better off. Life will be much simpler. You'll sleep well at night if you don't take them personally. Now, look at this. It's just going to go on a philosophical plane for the next 5 minutes. Try and understand. This is my phone. Have I invented it? Have I any part in the ideation, execution, anything to do with this product? I just paid for it. But have you noticed?
Very key thing.
Very key thing, absolutely. And that is why you're able to use it. But have you noticed the pride of having bought a new thing almost magically translates into the pride of being someone who actually had something to do with it being in the shape form. Like for example, you can be rest assured, you was talking about this ad, you can be rest assured the moment iPhone 6 is launched in India, your Facebook feed is going to be full of, if it is not already, it will launch it, but your Facebook feed is going to be full of people, this is my iPhone 6. This is this. I'm not judging it for a moment. I'm not even saying it is right or wrong. I'm simply telling you the phenomenon that we make things so personal. So for example, if there's a scratch that comes on the phone, do you react as if the phone has been scratched, or do you react as if the skin has been scratched? You think about it logically. How stupid is that? We are increasingly identifying with all the objects that we have. We are making everything personal. Okay, you are driving on the street. Okay, somebody comes in front of your bike or in front of your car. What will happen? You will apply brake. Okay, then? And is it your tail light or your headlight? Is it? Small scratches there. What will happen? There's a fight there. So you will say fantastic things about the previous two generations. In turn will say fantastic things about the next two generations in the course. Now, it's great. It happens. Nothing, right? She has just started driving and she is now discovering it. The joy of driving on the roads.
It's a pain.
Right? So now, you exchanged sweet nothings, both of you. Is any of this personal? You said any number of things to him. He told you any number of things to you. Is this personal? Why is this not personal? You would have said it no matter who it was who came in front of you. It was not personal. But you took it personally because, well, how can you say that? So, point number one, most things that you think are personal are not personal. The clearest sign, there's an exercise that we do in some of the communication skills program. We say, speak for 2 minutes without using the words. Try making a conversation between the two of you without using I, me, mine. How difficult do you think this is? I, me, mine. You can't use these four words.
I don't know.
We don't know.
Right? And you were speaking about Buddha, right, yesterday? You were speaking about Buddha says science understands ego very differently. And there's egotism, egoism. Buddha defined it very, very simply. That the presence of I is ego. Simply the presence of I is ego. Right? We have an unlimited capacity to make everything about us. Unlimited capacity. And mind you, I've been using this word for the last couple of days. There is no upward spiral like this, which means the moment you identify with this, it doesn't stop there. You will then identify with the next thoughts, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. It's never ending. So, it's not about me. But in a presentation context, what does this mean? So how does it translate into presentation level? What do we mean when we say it's not about me?
We are putting forth an idea and someone contradicts. It's idea.
You are just being a witness. That's one idea fighting it out with the other idea. It is not your intellectual firepower fighting out with another intellectual firepower. The moment you do that, it's gone. You are fighting about the wrong things for the right reasons, or for the right reasons, for the right thing for the wrong thing. It's gone completely out, derailed. It is not about it. Presentation is not. Even when you have to speak about yourself, it is not about it. Got it? Got it? Not got it? Okay, yes, no. ठीक है?
No.
No? Yes, no?
No.
It's all okay. Which means you didn't understand. Okay. What didn't you understand?
Can I add a point?
Yeah.
Or maybe as an answer.
Please go ahead.
If we can detach ourselves from the situation, always, I mean again going back to philosophy, but if we can detach ourselves from the situation, then the world will be a lot better place.
Yeah. Because it's not about
You be an observer.
Right.
Just go there, rise up.
See, okay, I'll add to that, and maybe this can sort of help. Now, let's say it starts raining right now. Okay? It has just started raining. What is your response? What is your response? What is she doing? She is making it about herself. The rain will last before it comes, isn't it? He said it's raining, it's raining. It's fine, it doesn't matter. How will I go home? Why does it have to rain whenever I go out? Dude, it is random, man. That's why, that's what I'm going to say, infinite capacity to take things about. So what? So next time the rain comes, it should call everybody and then check for a status and then what? Then that should be okay. You got it? Getting it? What I'm trying to say is that when you are in a presentation, make that presentation about that subject or the idea. So you spoke about firearms and so whatever it is that you're speaking about, let the focus be that. When you do that, as a side note, it becomes much easier to take feedback which may not be positive. Because it doesn't affect your self-esteem. The focus is still there. We are going for the ball and not for the player. Right? So the action is wrong, the person is not, and you can live with it. Yeah,
I got it.
You got it? And now, इतनी राम कहानी करने के बाद 2 दिन तक ये करो, devil's advocate करो, eye contact करो, ये भी करो, वो भी करो, and then at long last I come and say be a naturalist. What kind of a idiot does things like this? What are we saying? What are we saying? With all this be a naturalist, sir. So keep that steeple, maintain that eye contact, and keep looking, and play the devil's advocate and be yourself. What does this mean?
Put everything in your pre-conscious.
Yes. Today go in, open the mixer grinder, put everything into the pre-conscious and drink it with one teaspoon of Bonvita. You go and see.
No overacting.
No overacting. Okay. What does this mean? Be your natural self.
Don't try things that you're not comfortable with.
Yes, definitely. But what it also means is what?
Internalize aspects as make sense and then make it your natural self.
Yes, so you want this, as much as you want to adapt yourself to this, you want to ensure that the other thing also adapts to you. And the key thing what we are saying here is, there might be 3 or 4 things that you want to change. There may be 2 or 3 things that you want to unlearn. Please don't try it all at once. Most meaningful change is by default gradual. Most meaningful change is by default gradual. It happens over time. Think about it. Most meaningful change is by default gradual. So today, in fact, in the feedback form we speak about action plans and we differentiate between what your takeaways are, which you want to limit to 3. So there might be 5, 6 things, but you want to focus. We say, what are the 3 things that you take away? And we say, among those 3 things, only one thing you select and tell us what your action plan is going to be. Why? Why not say 2 things and 3 things and 4 things and 5 things? Why just focus it? Out of 2 days, we are saying we'll focus only on 1 thing. Why? Why are we doing that? Yes.
Chance of success
are higher and there is a tangible thing there. Instead of saying that, oh, this was nice, this was nice. Peter Drucker very famously said, don't tell me how good my workshop was, tell me what will you do differently on Monday morning. So, when you're trying to do something differently, and we already know it is difficult to change habits, you're better off trying to change one thing at a time. So while you're trying to inculcate this, be your naturals. Okay, great. So it's 3:15 by my watch. Yeah, I know all of the world is going 5 ahead of me.